Well. If it isn't, you lot. Anyway, happy Christmas. Well, we're a little early for that. But it is the first day of the Advent, and obviously, as most of you know, quite, I'm quite pro Christmas, so I like it. It's a nice season, right? So let's. No, I'm. I will say before we start, I am quite surprised at the fact that our civil war seems to have simmered to a halt. It's almost like people have more important things to do than argue for a useless. Um... well, because you lot are. I'm not saying you lot are useless. I'm saying that there are certain topics that are part of general discussion in everyday life that aren't quite as useful as they could be, right? Like, they're great to talk about when you're bored, but like, we got shit to do. Anyway, so today our broadcast is sponsored by the architecture and hello, where's my face? There we go. Architecture and Interior Design Lobby. Ooh, let me just make sure that this is good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Our content stuff. Yes, content stream today is sponsored by the Architecture and Interior Design Lobby, whom you will have noticed have actually been quite successful in some of the stuff that they have done. Where of course, I can't talk about it. Anyway, check out the Architecture and Design Lobby's channel for where an interior design channel where they have just last week, I think, yeah, last week uploaded a the design documents and the final construction of one of the places that they have done for one of our boys in the server, and it's been fantastic, right? Like, I know he's quite excited. I know he's moved in what, like last weekend, right? Oh, this weekend. Okay, he's moving in this weekend, and yeah, it's going to be great. No, that doesn't mean that I unilaterally and universally approve of everything that they do. Of course not. That would be silly. But what it does mean is that I think they have the chops to do what a lot of us want. And if you guys want me to take a look at the plans before anything is settled, that's perfectly reasonable as well. We have talked about that in the past. In fact, the build that was just finished, um, my boy did ask me to take a look at the plans and to sort of walk him through it as opposed to the designer for political reasons. Yes, and obviously, I it was fun, so it was good. Questions? Why? Why? Why are you asking questions when you're the one that sponsored this? Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, I'm not going to answer that particular question, but I think there was one other question, which was, hold on, let me scroll up. There. Yes, let me answer that a question by one of our viewers whose name ends it. Oh, there are too many of you. I'm just gonna DM the viewer who asked this question. One sec. Okay. So she knows that I'm responding to her question. Um, yes, they will do. I think they will do. Yeah. So like Actually, why don't you just ask him directly? Why am I? Actually, why don't I ask him? Do you guys do stables? Not just for horses, like exotic animal. I'm sure someone in the architecture and interior design lobby must do it. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have you here. Yeah, yeah. So, you two now know, or she knows you, so she'll talk to you if she needs anything. Okay, let's go. Moving on. Today we're of course talking about architecture. We're talking about interior design. We're talking about this is the house that we didn't end up getting to last time when they sponsored this, which is in Vietnam. And then after that, we are going to move on to what is that? That looks like Mexico. So after this, we'll do a house that is in Mexico. Fantastic. Okay. Did we talk about this? I don't think we talked about this. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. It is essentially a long house with what that looks like 3 floors. Yeah, third floor, a little bit at the top. Fantastic. And the roof, fantastic. Look at that! Isn't that lovely? I really yeah. I was starting with this. I really like these double height first floors. It just lets, especially at the bottom, right? I can't remember if this is to the south. There's a no, that's to the north. Yeah, so this is southeast, so that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect because that means your first floor is, or I assume that was north. If that was, I think it was. This is all morning sunlight, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, I would work here quite happily. I would work actually in any quite happily, but especially for morning sunlight, like this with that double tall first floor, it's one of those like, it's not like I have a shallow ceiling. Right? Like my ceiling is what, 9 foot, yeah. But like it is tall enough. But like the double height just makes it gives it a sense of airiness, especially I can't remember if those are windows. Yes, they are windows, right? So those are the windows, and just like having that sheer amount of light come in the morning is great. I presume this was taken in the afternoon, right? Because the sunlight's coming from that direction, which means it's taken in the early afternoon. Um, yeah, see, morning, right? Like that's fantastic. That's breathtaking. Like, why wouldn't you do this? It is quite narrow. Yes. I don't. I don't actually think there's anything wrong with it being narrow. No. Like, the narrowness isn't an issue. The if I may take issue to any part of this design, it is probably the concrete. It is almost definitely going to be the concrete. Well, I mean, okay, so you guys know that I like going around without shoes on, like preferably even without socks. Like I will walk bare feet wherever I can. And concrete is just too hard for me, right? Like I can't possibly walk around concrete, like barefoot for long, just because I'm, a massive wuss apparently. Yes, exactly, exactly. Like you actually don't want to do that because it's physiologically not very good for your feet. So when it's done with concrete, like it's just, like I understand why, right? Because obviously it's these brutalist remnants, hardcore modernist brutalist remnants are. silly, but at some point it does get quite silly, right? And so if I am going to go around barefoot, I would much prefer it to be hardwood, or some sort of nice wood. You guys know the wood that I use in the office, like just because it's warmer. Well, obviously, like this is where is this? I can't. North Vietnam, South Vietnam. Da Nang. I think that's middle to lower. Let's find out. I can't. Life in Da Nang. Yeah, that's to the southeast of Hue, which is already quite far south. Right? Like that's where we're getting perilously close to the equator at that point. Well, not perilously, but we're getting close to the equator. So that's not a cold area, especially so close to the South China Sea. It is right on the yeah, it is right on the South China Sea. It is. And so you wouldn't imagine that to be cold, obviously. Actually, you know what? That is that no, that's just IKEA furniture. Um, or what looks like IKEA. I swear to God, this is IKEA. That is no. I can kind of understand. Like okay, I will say this: when you are in quite a humid area, obviously woods tend to be a little bit more fragile, just because of the humidity, of the way that the humidity has an effect on these types of things. Don't think it should, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Like obviously these people didn't put too much effort into the interior decorations of this place. But it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yes. Also, for the architecture lobby, you guys need to tell me when I should move on, because otherwise I might just like over analyze a single place until the end of the stream. What is this? Mexico. That's right. We are now in Mexico. Oh, that's okay. No worries. This was done in 2022. And why did you guys pick this one? Because the immediate feel that I get is like Greco-Roman, right? Like with little bits and pieces of Egyptian fitted in. While and obviously I'm not a professional architect, so I will not be able to tell you where any of these influences come from. But from a layman's perspective, right? From someone who is mildly well versed in history, who has seen some buildings, who has eyes and has the ability to look at pictures and colors and interpret them in such a way as from my perspective, this feels especially with the cream color, right? It feels very Greco-Roman, and that's not bad. And like obviously these columns are very very I want to say Egyptian, right? Like that's the kind of feel that I get from these from the way that the columns are made. And obviously the Greeks and the Romans did sort of very very similar things. Mm. But the squareness of it is just like it's interesting. I don't know what you want me to talk about though. Like what do you feel? What do I feel when I see this? Museum. Is this a museum? I think this was a museum. Oh, the house. Architectural Paseo Montejo Avenue City and social event. It opened as a museum displaying all of its artifacts over blah blah materials. Pavilion for holding a social. Silver medal. Wow. Become an institution with a role towards culture and community. Okay. Design a parking lot. Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. So they commissioned what? A parking lot somewhere. Let's see. Okay. 14 is the parking, right? Loading dock, parking access ramps. Oh, so there's a parking lot underneath. Ah. Wait, does the family then live here? That feels strange, right? I can't imagine the family actually lives here. Like, this is the house. 2 is the pavilion that they built early on. Yeah, so it is a museum. It's certainly not a... The work of reveals joinery in detail in the concrete act as reinterpretation of the ornament of the house, while attesting to its mounting and fabrication methods. I'm curious what this looked like originally. What is this? Merida. Hold on, let me look this up. Merida, Mexico. And what is this? What is this called? Quinta Montes Moli. I can't speak Spanish. You guys know this. I can speak French, but not like actually no Spanish whatsoever. I mean, I can read some of it, right? Like, because I know enough Latin and French, like, reading it is not, excuse me, not the end of the world. I can understand. But, like, actually being able to speak and being able to write, no. Realidad económica on Yucatán por la distancia de... Sorry, did you guys actually hear that? My bad. That was my terrible, terrible Spanish. Okay, I see it. Okay. So I see the history. I see that. Let's go to the museum. So it's just the historical museum of what the thing was like in 1906, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. Presumably they don't live there because it'd be really weird if they did. Anyway, okay. So I guess that answers our architecture and design lobby's question for me, which was, what do I feel when I see this? And I felt like it was a museum, and turns out it is a museum. Fantastic. Well, I mean, they didn't actually, because in this they didn't really show the museum part, right? Like they didn't really show that part. They showed mostly the pavilion that they built, which is this number 2 area. Can you see my mouse? You can see my mouse. This number 2 area. So like, it's nice looking. I would probably personally not spend that much time in it, right? Like, you couldn't really spend that much time in it. Are these the pillars? Give me 1 second. I'll deal with that afterwards. Right? What's that? Gallery. Oh, okay. So you can come in here and then you go downstairs. And then you come upstairs. Fantastic. 2 floors. Nice. Ah, yeah, I see. There's that tower of the museum. Oh, I used a different browser, so you guys didn't actually see me looking up the museum. But that's fine. It's fine. This is the original house. You know, this is the pavilion that they've built that we see most of the pictures from. Can we move on, please? What time is? We're at 20 minutes. Fantastic. Let's get the third one out of the way. No. Remember what I said? If I talk about it again, I will like literally throw up. So no. Now we're going to Germany, which is apparently a gas station. Because I see that up here, right? Like, really? Is it? Because you know, like in American, a gas station means you go and get gasoline for your car, whereas that doesn't look very gas station at all to me. Oh no, it's right here. What am I saying? Yeah, it's right over there. That is actually nice. I would go fill up here, right? Like, what is that? Aluminium? Mm, building physics. So that's the Thuringen, most important architecture. Dresden. Oh, is this on the burial mound? In proximity on service station. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just beside it. When you go visit it, you can fill up here. I was gonna say, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine if the the you know, it's a nice gas station, but can you imagine? Like, I would feel bad for the state of Turing if its most important archaeological monument is just a gas station. Holistic concept was not only the careful placement of the structure of an exhibition and education path. Well, presumably, that's the one that goes in that direction. Calm and restrained aesthetic, peace and rest, and take center stage. I is that the first in Hugo? Okay. Also, just clar- clarifying because I'm seeing some confusion there. This first in Hugo is literally German for a hill of the first ones of princes. But like it's yes, it does look like first, but in German, first can mean the first person, the people who are in front of you, or it can mean the local prince. And I think in this case it means prince, honestly, right? Because it's what a early Bronze Age find, right? So a Bronze Age burial mound is usually reserved for what am I saying? For royalty. So presumably, Leubinger Fürstenhügel really is about its the princes that were burned. Fantastic. That does look like aluminium. I wanna find out what the material is. Connects architecture and landscape. Fantastic. Staged as a timeline. What are you? What? The path through historical events. Oh. So you start here and then you walk up to the presumably you walk. Oh, is that just a path? That would be silly. The sanitary facilities, guest area, kitchen area, no educational path. So I was right. It was this path that goes off and towards all functional components. Second wing orthogonal to the roadway, surgical fueling activity is this marked by a large column-free roof that frames the first view of the burial mound. Oh, I see. Oh, there's the burial mound there. That's clever. I like that. And then of course, yeah, that must mean this is aluminium. Otherwise, this thing would just collapse in on itself. Well, not necessarily, but you know what I mean. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That not it? That is it, right? And then there's that what discovery walk thing that gets you to those, or maybe that. No, it is those little mounds. This is nice. I like this. The interior is nice. I wonder what's at the top. Oh yeah, just more guest area. Okay, that's cute. Burial mound. Yeah, so it's this thing. Timeline path. Terrace with viewpoint. Wait, is that just that one mound? Guest area, blah blah, discreet. North side glass facade is shifted to the rear, covered arcade that guides travelers. Fantastic. From here, foyer and distribution. Where? Wait, they didn't show us the exhibition, right? It's recommended properties. Nope. Ow. Ow. It's okay. Different zones by centrally lit gallery. Oh, that's fine. I'll figure that out later. Some ceilings, solid wood. Is this warm and friendly? Do you guys get a warm and friendly feel from this? Design reference to the fork. In situ concrete. Oh, I just read the title of this company. It's just fantastic. I do, right? Because so there's the what, the lonely little one hill of the burial mound. It's too bad they didn't show us that area. Oh, they did. Did they? Yeah, yeah. That's. I suppose this is it. It is smaller than I expected as well. Yes. No, actually, if you look, all of these, presumably that's bus parking, right? Actually, hold on. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Oh, that looks like bus parking. Or is that trucks? But what would trucks need to park there? No, that must be buses. And do all these buses just come here and what, like for them to see a single burial mound? Actually, let's look it up real quick. Furstenhugen. Furstenhugen. It's a little busy right now, according to Google. Okay. No. So Leubingen. Grab von Leubingen. Thüringen, Deutschland, ist das größte erhaltene frühbronzezeitliche Fürstengrab der Aunjetzer Kultur. Es befindet sich beim Leubingen, einem Ortsteil von Sömmerland. Die Hügelgräber der Aunjetitzer Kultur bilden einen besonderen Grabteppich, der sich durch gewaltige, weithin sichtbare Großgrabhügel reichhaltigen Beigaben von normalen Bestattungen seiner Kultur abhebt und anlassbar einen ganzen Kulturkreis der als gläubigen Gruppe zu bezeichnen. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm on the wrong map. I'm reading from this. If it'll ever load. You know what? It's not loading. Whatever. We are out of time anyway. Okay. No, that was interesting. I would actually. I will probably read more of this Wikipedia article, but I'm not. I probably wouldn't actually visit the grave. Anyway, all good. And I was correct, by the way. Yes, this was a grave for a prince of the Bronze Age. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. In conclusion, please download Firefox, please download Chrome, and I shall see all of you tomorrow when we are going to be doing our Friday drinks along with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't know where we're going. That presumably they'll tell me tomorrow, and then they'll try to surprise me and make me say something mean to them. But yes, I shall see all of you tomorrow. And let's wink with our right eye today. Are you all ready? 3, 2, 1, wink. And that's it. Bye. Oh, I forgot to click the button. Bye.